Okay. So this week's haul has reached a level of absurdity, and I don't even know if that's a word, absurdity. But this week's haul is just, it's just completely absurd. There's no reason to have this amount of video games. So, I'm BitHead1000, and welcome to the greatest video game show here on YouTube. I wonder, like, if I died tomorrow, like if I went to bed, say I went to sleep and I died in my sleep, you know, and like, you know, 4 days later or whatnot, the police kicked down the door and they saw my bloated body in the bed, you know, you would probably, you know, I don't even think that would be the horror scene. I think the horror scene would be the cops looking around the room and seeing all these video games and saying, my God, what a tragic life. But, like I said, this week's haul, man, this is a topper. That's all I have. This is going to be a hard one to beat. This might be the greatest haul I've ever had. And you know what? I probably spent too much money, but I just couldn't stop, and that's why it's reached a level of absurdity. So let's get started here. You know, this is gonna be a multi-parter, man. And you know, what is it with multi-part videos that people will watch the first video but not watch the second one? It's almost like a third of the people give up after the first part. But I don't know, I guess that's just the way it is. That's why I like to do it in one part, but by the same token, I don't like to rush a video. I don't like to go blasting through games, and I just don't like when when I watch people on YouTube and they seem like they're rushing to fit it into the, you know, because when you start out you only have what, 10 minutes or so, whatnot. I hate rushing. You know, life is too fast-paced as it is. When I sit down and I watch, I don't want to feel rushed. Everything's rush, rush, rush. I want to relax. Okay. So here we go. Last video was a tip video, and in that tip video we featured this right here, a Nintendo action set that I picked up at a garage sale for $10. And I'm not going to describe how I found it because we did it, you know, in the last video. It gets kind of redundant, but it was in the back of the garage on a bookshelf, covered with a bunch of books, and you know, having the sniper eye that I have, I just caught a glance of it and was, you know, lucky enough to ask about it and get it. But I also told people, you know, let's crack it open and see what we got, because everything you're seeing today is untouched. I got bins of stuff here I haven't even looked in yet, because I think it's more exciting to look, you know, to look with you guys. So, all right, let's see what we got here. Nintendo action sets, basically the NES with 2 controllers, the Zapper, and Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt for a game. Nice little set. Probably a very common set. And that... When did Mom ever get that excited about video games? Come on. Let's get a grip on reality. Alright, so here we go. Box is in decent shape. Not the greatest box in the world, but it's in decent shape. Okay. Got like a warranty card here. Got a poster. Alright, this poster's completely wrecked. And... oh man, see, this is how I make an ass out of myself. Here's the instructions. What did I tell you guys? When you buy this thing, I gave the advice, don't look in the box before you pay for it. Once you pay for it, then you can look in the box, but I'm always in such a rush. Here's what I get for not looking in the box. Oh boy. Alright, so it's got the Zapper. Zapper looks good. It's got this game stick controller, which is like for Atari. that's loaded with like glue. It's got this other like Atari like joystick, and quite possibly the most filthy Nintendo I've ever seen in my life. Jesus Christ, look at that. I mean the upside, oh! Look at that. Alright, that's not too bad. A Legend of Zelda. We don't have this, we don't have a Legend of Zelda. So that's not too bad. More warranty stuff in here. Zapper instructions. So I mean, at the end of the day, we got plenty of Nintendos. We could probably clean this one up and throw it in here. We got the controllers and the RF, so I mean, we can make a complete one easily. But you know, what are you gonna do for $10? Okay, let's move it along. You know what? I'm not gonna pack this up. I'm just gonna throw the box up here so you know what we got so far. Okay. Right there. Okay. Okay, next garage sale. This guy had such a load of Xbox games. I've never seen anything like it in my life. It was 3 garbage bags full of Xbox games, and he had 2 Xboxes out there. He wanted $25 a piece for them. I'm not paying $25 for an Xbox. And he wanted, it was 4 for $10 on the Xbox games. I'm not paying more than $1 in Xbox games, but he had a lot of them. But what he did have at the appropriate price was Genesis games in the box for $1. So here we go. Okay. We got Budokan, the Martial Arts Spirit, the Martial Spirit. Okay. Road Rash 2. And you know what? I'm not sure if these are complete. Okay, that's complete. And I don't want to open them all up. Top Gear 2. Alright, for the most part, they look complete. Road Rash. Hard Driving. Afterburner 2. And 688 Attack Sub, which is a game I always wanted to play as a kid. I remember seeing this in the video store, and I always used to play Silent Service for Nintendo, so it kind of looked like the same deal. So that's pretty neat. Virtua Racing and Desert Strike. Okay. So there you go. And by the way, I had to ask for these. The Xbox games were out there, but I asked them if they had any other older video games, and the guy brought these out. So, once again, always smart to ask if there's, even if they have video games out there. Okay, because obviously they didn't find these as valuable as the Xbox games in their eyes. So, okay. Next was a garage sale in Amityville run by these old ladies, and I asked her if she had any video games, and she wasn't fully set up yet. She says, yeah, I have something in the bin back here. And she pulls out a Genesis, a Model 2 Sega Genesis. And now, you know, I think we have like 3 or 4 of these now. But it's complete. It has the RF, it has the power plug, it has 2 joysticks. And it's pretty clean. It has 2 Sega Genesis joysticks, and it's pretty clean. And she wanted $5 for it. So I'm like, you know what? If you think about what the dollar's worth today, and it's like $5. Like, would I rather have $5 or would I rather have this? I'd rather have this. Even though we have a lot of them, I can't help myself. So I bought another one, and she also had these games, which she gave me for 50 cents a piece. Actually, no, it wasn't even 50 cents a piece, because I think she charged me $7 altogether, and there's 3 games here, so whatever that is. Okay. Mortal Kombat, Spider-Man, X-Men, and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So, you know, like, I have a hard time passing that up. I'm a sucker for a Sega Genesis. Okay. So then we got $7 for that, and the 3 games. We'll keep this separated here. Okay. Now, where do we go from here? The next thing was, I'm trying to think of where this was. This was in Massapequa, and this guy had these a box of these boxed Sega Genesis. This is like a Sega Genesis day, huh? I'll say. And he had these 5 games out there. 5. It's actually 6. I don't even count sports games. Anyway, these 5 boxed games out there, and I picked them up and I was looking at them, and he says, the guy comes up to me, he goes, "You were interested in those?" I said, yeah, because, you know, I was looking at him, and he goes, "Hold on, I got to let me get the system for him." So I'm like, oh, okay. And he comes out, he runs into the garage, and he comes out with a box. He comes out with a box like this. It's like this small. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, it must be like a Genesis 3 or something. And he pulls out this sucker right here. This Nomad. And now, this thing is really, really clean. It's like, almost like it's never been used before. The screen is immaculate. The whole damn thing is real clean. With the exception of a little piece of tape, I guess with a name right there at the bottom, which we can take right off. And it had the power plug inside, ready to rock and roll. So I said, how much do you want for that in the games? And he wanted $30 for all this. And he's like, my wife put these out here. He goes, I didn't even really want to sell them, he said, but he goes, I'd sell it for $30. And I told him, I offered him 20 for it, and he didn't want to go 20. He was like, how about you meet me halfway, 25. And you know what? This Nomad right here, the reason why I sprung on it, and normally I might walk away on that deal, but the reason why I jumped on it is because the idea of being able to play this in bed, like before I go to sleep at night, is pretty killer. You know, to pop a Genesis game in here and just, you know, and play before I go to bed. I really like the idea of that. So I sprung on it. So that's it. $25. We got the Nomad here. And these 5 games. Let me show you what we got. X-Men. now these all seem complete. Poster in here. I guess a code. There's a code from the magazine and the manual. Okay. Wolverine, Adamantium Rage, The Incredible Hulk, Cal Ripken Jr. Baseball, and Batman Returns, and FIFA 96, and NHL 96. So these are good for, like, you know, like coasters. If you got a nice table or something. Okay. So that's that. That was kind of pricey, but that's something that I was really pretty hot on having, so I paid the money for it. All right, put that there. Put this here. Okay. All right, next garage sale. Okay. Okay, here we go. You know, about halfway through my route, I call it the Yellow Brick Road, and it's a special route that I take. I take it every week now. About halfway through the Yellow Brick Road, I like to get an ice cream at Carvel. And I was at this one garage sale, big driveway that went around. There was stuff all around the perimeter of the driveway, and I'm licking my ice cream and whatnot, and I turned my head and I saw this, and I almost dropped my ice cream on the floor. Sometimes you see something and it just grabs you so hard. And the first thing, well, it was all this. It was all this right here. And it's a Genesis in the box. I probably should have opened up this box, huh? I haven't opened it. Let's open it up. Oh, there we go. Okay. Here we go. Genesis in the box. The first generation one. Really clean. All the cables, controller, and Sonic and Knuckles in there. So that's pretty neat. I'm just going to put this to the side for now. And inside the bin was, let me show you. We got some Genesis games here. Okay. Let's get to them. Madden Football 92. This is the only football game I owned as a kid. Madden 92 football. So I guess it's kind of neat to have that for the show. Eco the Dolphin, I guess, in that gypsy case. NHL 95. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. NHL Hockey. Madden 95. And Taz Escape from Mars. So nothing really exciting as far as those titles are concerned. Okay. Okay. And there was a Nintendo in there. No game inside this time. There's a Nintendo in there, nice shape. With the zapper. the power plug, a joystick, and some games here. We got Mega Man 2, Super Off-Road, Super Mario Brothers Duck Hunt, a Metroid. Here's a game that we don't have yet, that we should have. If you're a video game collector, you should have Metroid, right? Okay. Top Gun. Major League Baseball. And 2 empty cases. Okay. Put those over there. Sorry about the coffee, guys. I need it. Then there was some Atari stuff in here. We got an Asteroids. We got a Dark Cavern. We got a Q*bert. Space Attack. Miss Pac-Man. These Atari games really aren't in very good shape. We have Armor Ambush. And Demons to Diamonds for Atari. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 Atari games. 2 Atari joysticks, which are wrecked beyond belief. The rubbers on top are missing and whatnot. So whatever. And then something we don't have on the show here, which I'm pretty excited about. By the way, you go to these garage sales and you rack up these bins like you can't imagine. I got these bins almost stacked to the ceiling. Okay. Not that anybody cares about that. Here we go. We got a Game Boy. A Nintendo Game Boy. Which is pretty cool. It's a little dingy dirty, but it'll clean up. No batteries in it. Original Game Boy with Kirby's Pinball Land in the box. Tetris Blast in the box. Donkey Kong Land 2 in the box. Tetris 2 in the box. And these all seem to be complete. You know, with the game and the instruction manual. Kirby's Star Stacker in the box. Some manuals here for Yoshi's Cookie, Super Mario Land, Tetris, Alfred Chicken, and Tetris Blast. Maybe that belongs in the box. And then some loose carts in here. Kirby's Dream Land, Donkey Kong Land, Kirby's Star Stacker. This is probably supposed to be in the box. Alfred Chicken. That's probably supposed to be in the box. Tetris. And Super Mario Land. So yeah, that's this guy's stuff. So that was the Genesis in the box. Like what? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Genesis games in the box. The Nintendo, the Zapper. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 10 Game Boy games, and the Game Boy. And the guy wanted $50 for that. I was able to talk him down to 40. He let me take everything for 40. So I thought I got a good deal for that. For $40. Okay. Okay, moving along. Moving along to the next garage sale. I don't really remember the particulars of this garage sale. I know that we got these games for $1 a piece. I think there was a woman running this garage sale, but nothing really particularly stood out about this sale, other than that the discs are in good shape. Because if I buy, like I always tell you guys, if I buy PlayStation, Xbox, PlayStation 2, anything in disc form, I get it. Make sure that all the discs are in really nice shape. So here we go. These were actually no. There's 12 here, and I think I paid $10 for them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, 12. I paid $10 for this lot, so we paid a little less than $1 for each one. Okay, Star Wars Starfighter. Heatseeker. Star Wars, The Clone Wars. Medal of Honor, European Assault. Test Drive, Eve of Destruction. Okay, Peter Jackson's King Kong, official game of the movie. It's a pretty shitty title. Peter Jackson's King Kong, the official game of the movie. It's real exciting. Burnout 3, Takedown. Stuntman Ignition. TNA Impact. Star Wars The Force Unleashed. Tony Hawk's Underground 2. And Tony Hawk's Underground. Okay. So here we go. We'll put these over here. Okay. Okay. So now we get to, okay, we can, oh, you know what? Now here we go. All right. Here we go. I knew it was going to happen. You know what it is? If Mike Gardner sends me a system, I immediately find the system either the following day or the following group of garage sales. It's like clockwork. He sent me a Coleco, boom, I find a Coleco. He sent me a PlayStation 2, boom, I find a PlayStation 2. And I was holding out on a PlayStation 2 because I wanted to find it at the right price. I didn't want to pay a lot of money for it. I wanted it to be a real bargain. So, a bargain we got. We got this PlayStation 2 for $10. And it's in nice shape. It's a little dusty, but it's in nice shape. With the with all the power cords and whatnot, and one joystick. But the great part about this is the woman threw in all the games. She threw in all the games because I was nitpicking. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games here. The cases are kind of beat up on them. I was only going to take 2 of the games. She goes, you know what? Just take the games. Oh, and also, before we get into these games, I got this classic football game made by Mattel for 25 cents. Tell me that isn't rocking. And this is from, I don't see a date on here. But I thought that was pretty rocking. Okay. Here are the games. It's a PlayStation 2, but these are PlayStation 1 games. Power Move Pro Wrestling. Motor Tune Grand Prix. Dino Crisis 2. Medal of Honor. Fighting Force 2. Crash Bandicoot Warped. And Special Ops Stealth Patrol. So here we go. We got these PlayStation games and this PlayStation 2 for $10. Okay. Put these up here. Now, this is where things go haywire. My parents did it again. My parents did it again. They blew my mind once again. Okay. The following stuff you're gonna see, they got for $50. From what you see from now to the end of the video is actually no, I forgot another thing over here. Okay, I'll tell you when. Here we go. Let me see how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna do this like this, just so you can get an idea. Guys, I don't think I have the forearm strength.